I want to thank you all for joining in on the Bearded Bandits, the Bearded Brothers, and the clean shaven dude over there in the corner. Hasn't got the memo yet, but here we are, Team JadaPay. We're here to talk to you guys today about the things we're thankful for. We're going to take a little break from all things business. We might talk a little business because that never goes without. But today we're going to just talk about why we do what we do. What's the purpose of grinding? Why are we working hard today for a better tomorrow? We're just going to kind of bring that in. But first, I need to know, what was the last activity you did with your wife? Ben,
I'll tell you what, man. There's there's no activities with my wife, or it's every activity. I am in so much love with my wife and connection with my wife that it's just every day is an everyday thing. What did I do this morning before I left? What I like to do is I like to let her get good and sleeping under the covers and real nice and warm. And I like to walk around the house without a shirt on so my body gets real cold. And then I go in and get under the covers and put my cold body right next to her. She's like, yeah, it's the best. It's the best.
I do know you enjoy all the antics, but I also know that you guys have something that's kind of interesting, at least to all of us landlocked humans. You guys enjoy some underwater spearfishing.
Yeah, my wife and I, we are spear fishermen. We hunt lionfish. We just shoot regular fish. We dive quite frequently. Um, yeah, man, we very much farm to table and that we shoot it in the ocean, we eat it that night or the next day. Uh, Interesting fact. Fresh fish caught the same day is not actually very good. You need to take it home. You need to put some lemon water on it, get the fishiness out of it. Put it in a airtight Ziploc bag for a day or two and get some spices and whatnot on it, and then you eat it. That's how you get some really good fish. That's why
Hmm.
people are like, oh, I caught mahi and I'm eating it that day. It sucks. It doesn't have, you can't, there's no time to get the fish rendered the right way.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what we do.
That's fun.
That's what
That's
we
fun.
do.
Very similar.
What's the last thing you did with your wife, O'Brien?
My wife and I do enjoy brunch dates because we have a quasi miniature farm with chickens and dogs and stuff that we have to take care of. So we don't really get a lot of time away from things together. However, we do have started shooting together. She's been wanting to get better with the firearms, and so that's been kind of a fun little thing that we get to do here. I am beyond ecstatic. We have been nothing but excited about shooting things.
What do you
Uh,
shoot? What firearms? What firearms you got?
I will talk about the firearms because that is actually kind of an interesting thing. However, what I've learned is when you have your own land, what do I shoot becomes anything I want to shoot. We have two TVs set up out there with some bowling pins, and we've been shooting the heck out of some TVs and some bowling pins. But my favorite thing in the entire world to shoot is the shotgun. I have my 870 Remington back from when I was a cop. I still have that one. I enjoy shooting that a lot. I have an AK-47 that I enjoy shooting. We have a AR-15. That's fun. We have a 22 with a silencer. Now, I will say this. I will be adding silencers to all of my weapons because shooting with a silencer is great because I can do it day and night with that 22, and my neighbors have no idea, no idea. So it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
And then we have obviously we have a wide array of handguns and pistols and stuff. So
All right.
um, yeah, it's been a fun little thing that my wife and I are getting. She's getting really good with it. We bought her
Why don't you tell us about your crossbow experience, finger man?
That is also something I really enjoy shooting, but my thumb has slowly been coming back. You can kind of see it's still deformed a little bit. I lost the nail, I broke the thumb, smashed it, and did all kinds of stuff. Um, I'm a new crossbow shooter. Didn't wasn't trained or anything. Did go through a little like safety thing with the people at Bass Pro when I bought it. They told me don't leave your thumb up. Lo and behold, when you leave your thumb up, it gets hit by the string, and that's what happened to me. Luckily, I still have my thumb, which a lot of those injuries take your thumb with it. But yeah, the crossbow is also something we're actually going to be building a little crossbow backdrop, so to speak, with some targets that we get to shoot. That one's fun because you can just shoot it from the deck of the house.
Right.
Interesting fact, Mitch, when you shoot a crossbow, it's a crossbow bolt, by the way. If you shoot it into a tree, it's not coming out of that tree. It's in that tree for
No,
good now.
That's it. Now,
Mm.
can you put a silencer on a crossbow or no?
you don't need to. It's
You don't
already
need to.
silent. Uh, Hey, and I will tell you this. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, but I did find out some very fun information. Did you know that the fastest car is faster than all other cars?
Good to
I hate
know.
you.
And let's
That
do
that's
this.
my humor. That is my humor. I love that.
Dad
I
jokes are us.
I love
You might hear a few more today, so
All right.
let today be that. Let today be that.
Okay.
Today we're talking about thankfulness, gratefulness. This is the week of Thanksgiving. This is not necessarily the best week for a lot of people. Obviously, the world has a quite diverse people group of people. We live from having things to not having things. And as all three of us are vets, the veteran community tends to find their way into homelessness a little bit more than the civilian population. So, being grateful, but also being present and understanding that not everybody has the same fortunes as us. However, you should still be grateful for the things you do have. So, as with all
Mitch,
of the stuff that we do, we donate to nonprofits. Team JadaPay is very big in the nonprofit community between people with special needs, veteran community, and also animals. Those tend to be the three that we kind of favor. But yeah, so I just wanted to say it's the week of Thanksgiving. We are thinking about our vets. We're thinking about our people downrange. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. JP, are you going to say something?
Mitch is thankful for Crayola and crayons. Right, Mitch?
Especially the
It's all
green
right. It's all right. It's all right, devil dog. I'll tell you
you,
what
you
I'm
know
thankful
what?
for. I'm thankful.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go
I was
ahead.
gonna say when
I
it's
was going to get
Ryan and
serious.
I or you and I, that's great. But when you get the two of you with me, I'm the target. Every podcast, every week.
You look like what Jimmy Neutron looks like growing up. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
even know. I don't even know who or what Jimmy Neutron is.
Remember, he's a little bit older than us.
Bro,
Jimmy
I'm
Neutron
gonna
came out whenever we were
I'm gonna
kids.
I'm gonna Google that.
from the same guy that hadn't watched Hoosiers or Rudy or Boondock Saints. I'm just appalled that you've actually made it into this company. You must be a really good salesman and really good job at your job because the attributes for this, for the things that you should have done in your life, especially as a veteran, is just appalling to me that you have not
Yeah.
I mean, my kids have to watch Hoosiers. They have to watch Rudy. They have to watch Boondock Saints. The fact that you've never, I just don't know. Were you not loved as a child?
JP hasn't been around.
You
You haven't
you'd
been
be
around Mitch long enough to know the movies he does watch.
you'd be surprised if I Google like must see movies. All the titles will come up, and I'll tell you yes, no, yes. You'd be surprised what I have not seen. I just Googled it. Yeah. My thing is when I find a movie, I watch it over and over, just over and over.
I'll tell you what I'm thankful
Jimmy
for.
Neutron.
I'm thankful that I've found such a great group of people to work with. That we have a company that Yeah, we do credit card processing is what we do, but what we are is a family. Like we're a brotherhood or a family, where we are very in tune with our people. Our What makes our company is our people. Very much in depth. It's not so much about what we do. I mean, yeah, we all like making money and stuff, but you know, we don't care. That's not the top priority. I mean, I don't think that's in the top 10 of what we do. It's the quality of people, the level that we can help people obtain things in their life, to help achieve goals, to be better than they are, to put out great products, to lead by example, to have have foundation and motivation, to just be a better person. That is what I am the thankful for the most. We Brian and I talk a lot, and even Mitch, about being before I started this, we were just independent sales reps. We were sales reps for a big company that we had an agent code with them, and we got some weekly training, but that's about it. There wasn't I didn't belong to anything. It's like the same reason why I became a Mason. It's the camaraderie, the inclusion, the someone caring as much about you as you care about you, maybe even more, right? About trying to set goals and have someone behind you helping you achieve those goals and re-understand those goals and really pushing for you. you know i'm thankful for I'm thankful for the friendships. I mean, if I'm being very honest, it's hard. I think it's hard for vets to make friends. It's hard. People just don't understand us, man. Our humor. And I was talking to my son the other day, like the F word. I use the F word as an adjective, a noun, a verb, a pronoun, a possessive noun, and it's just part of my language. It's not that I'm a mean guy, but it's that's a great example of who we are. We're just as vets and as people that's had past experience and just the way we grew up. It's hard to make friends. It's hard to find people that assimilate or are alike, that we're very much alike. And so I think through meeting Brian and having this bonded friendship, this brotherhood, people say all the time, they're like, man, you guys know each other from childhood. I'm like, nah, man, I just met him less than 5 years ago. But Brian, they put us together, it's like we've known each other forever. Right. And so you add Mitch to that, you add the other people in our group. I'm thankful for I love what we do. I love this company. I'm thankful for this company for being the brotherhood and the camaraderie that it is, to be the answer. That we're God-fearing men and women. We understand there's a higher power. We work for each other. We try to do better for each other. We look out for each other. We try to take care of each other. It's not about what you make or what you did or this, but it's what about what we can do as a family. And this company is very much a family. We weed out the bullshit, and we stand strong for each other. That's honestly what I'm the most thankful for.
Yeah, I mean, and JP, you brought up a lot of good points. So you can't top that, and I'm willing to expand on that. I know I'm going to turn it over to Vic for the same uh, cooperation. I mean, building other people up has long been a part of the roots of what my embodiment is, what my life's motto is.
Right.
I just always thought that other people, I mean, because if you build people up around you, they always say that the people around you will define your limits.
Reflect
But
who
if
you
you
are.
have purpose in those,
That's right.
exactly, or you're going to bring them up to your level. I always like to push the status quo, and I think finding residual income, finding a company like JadaPay that invests not just in advertising and marketing, but also invests in its people. I mean, I don't know how much we spend on an annual basis just into team development, but it's a lot, and it's worth every penny because we do believe in each other. We do believe
We
that
do.
the team, what do they call that? We rise all the ships or whatever. I can't remember that quote, but that's something that Mitch might remember. But yeah, go ahead and take that, Mitch.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's quote after quote that without the well, how can I say this? Since I started JadaPay, there's so many different quotes that I see just regs at different times, different situations. And I mean, look at EPI impact. When we're out in Vegas, we get what, 14, 15 of us together. And that's when you feel the real family. It's not just, we're there for our conference, but it's just to see and connect with these people that we spend so much time with on video and Zoom and over the phone, to where my number one thing when I became part of JadaPay was, of course, the brotherhood that I immediately felt. But as I took over the role, or got into the role of our national sales director, that that right there was the one thing that stood out, because I've never been part of a company and a team before. So to feel the appreciation, to made to be felt, valued and respected, and listened to, it's just part of life I've never been a part of at all. My background,
That
entertainment, I've run some companies, but you guys and our team, and when we say goodbye at Vegas, I'm like, man, I'm not going to see them for a while. It just, you got that bond. But what I really love is, like, throughout the course of the year, things happen. Life gets in the way, whether it's personal, setback, or just life, and the way that we're there to cover down, with our team and agents. I can't tell you how many times people reach out to me. I'll reach out to our agents. They got something going on. Hey, you need anything, let me know. Call me, we got you. We got each other's back. And it's funny to say that there is no I in team, because I've heard that a million times, but that's the truth. We are just a family. And like JP was saying, surround yourselves with those that you want to, be like. Uh, or attitude is like the flu, so make sure yours is worth catching. If you're a positive person, that's who you want to
oh,
be around.
there it
And
is.
just
There it is.
all that kind of stuff. Attitude
Yeah,
is
I
like
mean,
the flu, so make sure
it's
yours is catching.
it's what we do, right? So, when we started this, it was how do you take how do you take ladies and men that are part of other companies that are agents, maybe independent agents, but don't really have a connection. Like I said, you just have an agent number on a board. You want to do stuff, you want to do more in your life, you know, but don't really have a connection. And then the flip side of that, I've seen companies where I'll sit and I'll talk to the CEOs or I'll talk to the owners. I'll be like, tell me about your people. And they don't know anything about them. They clock in at 9, they leave at 5, or that's all they know.
Yeah, like agents I'll talk to that we'll come into contact with, and I'll ask them, what your previous experiences, with your last company. We got a book. They told me to read it and go hit the street. No support, no interaction, no bonding, none of that. It's just, cookie cutter robotic. Here's a book, go out and sell, and they've got no support. And what I like is the ability, or the time that we put in just to support and lift each other up. Just positive, re like reassuring, and just the positivity, because that's huge. And one of the things I was going to speak about Monday, but we had the a guest presentation on our Monday spot, was just about, you don't know what people are going through. Whether you're standing on the corner, the serving a restaurant, going to the grocery store, people people have things going on, and just being kind doesn't cost anything. Just putting just that positive step forward can do a lot when you interact with people, and just to
It's funny you say
lift
that.
up and reassure
I was
them.
sitting at this. My son went inside. We're taking a road trip across country right now, and so we pulled up to the gas station, and there's a lady talking on her phone, and she's shaking her head, and you can just tell she's upset. So I pulled up and I rolled down the window. I was like, "Hey, today sucks, but I promise tomorrow's going to be better." And she just kind of looked at me and she got in her car like I was a weirdo. I was trying to be nice and give her some but that's the problem kind of with society is it's some of them, they don't realize when they're getting told something nice, people go other way. They don't realize that, but it's all right. I felt better for it.
Yep. And
Yeah,
all we can do is be us. It makes us feel good. Sometimes it's received. Sometimes it's people a little standoffish and cautious. But as long as we're us, that's all we can be. We can't control things out there, but we can control how we show up every day, how we show up to
that's
others.
exactly right. That's exactly
It's
right. Because look,
amazing
I
you
mean, we
have
do
never
those
seen
small acts
Rudy and
that we put out
Hoosiers
there.
in the way that you speak. You've never seen Rudy and Hoosiers, and yet you speak like you could be in a movie. I hate you for that, but love
I
you at the
just
same
saw
time.
Rudy. I've not seen Hoosiers. I've not seen Hoosiers. But I'll tell you one of my favorite films, though. Remember the Titans. I can quote and tell you so many scenes and lines. I'm a creature of habit. I watch something over and over, but when I'm introduced to something, I'm open for it.
If
But
you drop
I
the
just have
ball,
to
God help you,
calm
I will
down.
break my John Hind off in you, and you will run a mile. We will be perfect in everything we do.
And anyway,
All right.
That's good stuff. I
yep,
mean, hey, you brought it up, man. You said it. There's no I in team, but I
yep,
will tell you, there's an M and an E. So no matter what, that team is always going to be a team approach, and that me is a part of that team. So
yep.
whenever you're out there and you're doing something,
That's so funny you said that, man. Me and my son were talking about that earlier with Kobe. Was Kobe and Shaq? He's like, Shaq goes up to Kobe and says, "Hey, man, there's no I in team." And Kobe's like, "Yeah, but there's an Emmy in that mother effer." He's like, "Yeah, he's not passing the ball,
yes, sir.
just rebounds."
Yes, there is. And that, I mean, well, let's just talk about that since you brought it up. The single greatest, I mean, starting five to ever be on the face of the planet. I mean, Shaq, Kobe being two of those members of that. I'll just
What's your top five?
double
What's
down
your
on
top
that. I
five?
mean, the greatest
What's your
center
top five?
ever in Shaq. I want a power forward in Tim Duncan. I want to have at the I want to have bringing up the ball at Steph. I want my number two to be Mike, and I would probably have to go with like a
Well, that's
oh
five
man, I'd
right
have to
there.
go with
You already
LeBron on the
listed
three.
five. You already listed five. You took
No,
Kobe.
that was
So
four. No,
you
You're
would
on your
take
second
Kobe
team
out?
already.
no, you didn't even listen. No, I didn't say Kobe in the five. I do love Kobe. I think that he could easily be there, but man, just watching the way that some of these people have played at a high level, it's so tough to have a team without him. But there is one. So that was mine. What's yours?
I would take. I would have to take Shaq to the center, and then around Shaq, I would put Kobe, Mike, LeBron, and Steph. And I know that they don't one of those is not a
Kobe,
power forward
Mike,
in this, but
LeBron.
you those there's that's the greatest team ever assembled. You know what I'm saying? That's the.
I mean, it's a good,
Although I really
it's a
like KD,
powerhouse team.
I really, really, really like KD. I just think he's an unselfish player. He's just a really, really go-to player. And then
He
there's
is.
some
He
other
is. He's
really
clutch.
close ones on there too, like James Harden, great player. I'm a huge Ray Allen fan. Huge Ray Allen fan.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Who's your
some really,
Who's
really
your
good
sixth
players there.
man? If you had to pick just one sixth guy,
Kevin
who's
Durant.
your clutch, Mister Clutch?
Kevin
KD.
Durant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can just play
I'm gonna
everywhere,
pull
man.
one out. I'm gonna pull one out from the '90s. Robert Ory. That's my number
Okay.
six. That dude could come off the bench after not playing for 40 minutes and sink a game-winning three.
That's true. That's we're not even
That
talking
dude was
about
fun to
like
watch.
the Lukas and the Lukas of the world, you know what I'm saying? That guy can play too. Or Ant-Man,
That guy can play.
like
Ant-Man is
Anthony
great.
Edwards.
These guys are
Anthony
barely fresh
Edwards
in the
is
league.
yeah, Anthony Edwards is probably the funnest guy to watch play. Just because he's just like he's goofy. He's that guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you know what I really
yeah.
liked about him is his interview last year when they beat the Lakers. He's like, "Man, we just beat the greatest player to ever play." Like he gave that condolences to LeBron, called it out. Like that's the greatest player of my time. You know what I'm saying? But dude, what LeBron
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
I don't think anybody can put in the aspect what LeBron does. I mean, because dude, he's 20 plus years in the league playing at the highest level. Mind you, an all-star every year. It's not like nothing against these guys. It's not like Rondo or or these other guys that are like bouncing around the teams, or Westbrook or something like that. Great players, right? But like kind of past their prime. LeBron is still top five player in the league 22 years later. I mean, that's remarkable to me. Hell, I can't feel my knees half the time. You know what I'm saying? That is just
Hey, we're the
remarkable to
same
me that
age.
that guy. Yeah, it's insane, man.
Yeah, it is
What
insane.
about you, Mitch? Are you a
It is.
basketball guy?
You know what? I'm embarrassed to say, but I do not know half the people y'all just name dropped. I got no clue. I know LeBron. I performed for him in the Heat. Um, I know I've heard. I know Kobe Bryant. I know LeBron. I don't know what you say. Duncan.
Tim
Duncan.
Duncan.
I don't know him. I don't know Durant. You call him KD.
Yep.
I
You know Shaq. You have to know
you
Shaq.
do
He's a
know
business.
Shaq. Yeah. Shaq
Yeah.
lives down here. Hey, but if you want to switch this and talk, you're going to talk about the Brady Bunch cast. I got them down. I can tell you everything about the Brady Bunch, Happy Days, Three's Company. I got all that. I got all of
Come and knock on the
that.
door.
Not a basketball
For
guy.
fun, I used to enter Brady Bunch trivia contests just for
Oh
when I worked
wow.
on cruise ships. All my trivia would be about Brady Bunch, and But I do not know the people you mentioned, half of them.
Well, I mean, you know the most important one of them all, which was Shaq, who had some of the best advice ever. Whenever when his kids ask him for money, one of his kids was asking for money, and he goes, "Dad, we're rich." He goes, we ain't rich. I'm rich."
Nice.
Yeah. And
That's
like, I
great.
mean, that teaches accountability. That teaches hard work. It's just because you've made it doesn't mean everybody made it.
Right. Yeah.
And he's there to help build up his kids. He's not going to give them a free ride, because if he does, they're
Hmm.
not going to be set up for success for future. I
Yep.
mean, so I've that's stuck with me. I mean, that dude is such a business minded individual. I don't know how many franchises he owns, but
Hmm.
he got real smart and he started buying up a bunch of franchises.
Okay.
Um, and I've long thought about what it looks like to have multiple streams of business until I ended up having it.
Yeah.
Um, and what that means, multiple streams of revenue also means multiple streams of stress.
Yeah. Did they say
So
it's what the average millionaire has 7 streams? I think I
yeah,
heard that years ago. How accurate that is?
yeah, and I believe that's accurate. And the average millionaire probably has $0 in the bank account,
Hmm.
because their net worth is tied up in the majority of their businesses,
Got it.
which is also very brilliant too. It just it's something that I enjoyed learning about, just from the Shack perspective. It's also something that I'm not necessarily fond of now
Hmm.
that I'm doing it, and obviously there's a way to grow and do things better. But I'm grateful for the opportunity
Yeah.
to be able to
Yeah.
do that. Right,
Yeah.
like I'm grateful. I've made mistakes that have cost me more money than, I mean, some people have ever made in an entire year, and it's just been like, holy cow, how am I going to bounce back from these?
Yeah.
And you do, because it's all about that grit and stuff.
Yep.
So
Exactly. But yeah. So Shaq's an investor. That
yeah, he
sounds
is.
great.
He actually invests in a lot of unique things too, like Papa John's pizzas.
Oh yeah.
He owns a bunch of Papa John's pizzas. I mean, most everything that he owns is our franchises.
Okay.
And one of my favorite things about Shaq is he's also for his entire life he wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
At one point in time, he was a rapper.
Hmm.
He still does that a little bit, and he to this day, though, he actually is out there DJing.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. Two
like,
years
yeah,
ago, our son's at UCF College. 2 years ago, for the homecoming parents weekend, Shaq was on the DJ stand, all the in the center of the campus. All the college kids, the parents. So he was there, doing what you just said. Yeah,
yeah.
we got to see him.
It's just fun to watch somebody like that who's been on the world stage multiple times, been the top of the game,
Hmm.
makes enough money to where he doesn't have to do a thing at all.
Hmm.
Um, but he's just out there fulfilling dreams, and
Yep.
he doesn't stop.
Yeah, Bill Murray
So
does that. He's not an athlete, but I think it's called Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers. He's got a
okay,
band that tours. I just saw tickets. They're at the local Hard Rock here in South Florida, and I'm like, I didn't even know he had a band. So I YouTube and I see him on the mic singing in his band and stuff, and I had no clue, but he's out there doing it. That doesn't need the money. Doesn't need the money.
no,
Um, Jason Starks. Do you know Jason? Have you heard of Jason Starks?
I'm not sure.
I think that's his name. Daryl Dawkins.
I know Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins. Because the first time I was ever in New York, I was the magician that got to perform at the NBA All Star event. So there was a lot. So I got a few pictures with a couple of those players. But um, yeah. So Daryl Dawkins and Starks were, I guess, the two bigger ones when I was up there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Now I'm putting it back together. Those are some of our guys from the '90s.
Are they 90s?
Yeah, yeah.
I would not know, but I think Starks was the Knicks. I think.
I
Um,
believe he was, and Dawkins was a bounce around. He was Atlanta. He was Seattle.
okay.
I'm trying to think where else he was. He was fun to watch too. I enjoyed. I like physical players. Dawkins was a physical player.
Yep. Yep. There's Dawkins, Rodman,
Love,
Scotty
love
Pippen.
Rodman. Rodman was Shaq's like arch nemesis.
Okay.
Like anytime. So Rodman is half the size of Shaq.
And
Like
he was the
legit.
Bulls. I do know that he
Yeah,
was the Bulls
yeah,
with MJ. Right.
yeah.
Okay.
And Rodman probably, without Rodman, the Bulls beating Orlando may not have happened. I mean, just Rodman was just such a powerhouse when it came to guarding Shaq. It was just so incredible whenever those two were teamed up against each other. It's insane to watch because, like I said, Shaq's a huge human. I mean, he's like 7'2", probably putting 350, all muscle. And then you got Rodman, who's like what, maybe 6'10", but I mean he's skin and bones, man.
Hmm.
He's a small dude when it comes in mass, but he made up for that in grit, bro. Watching that guy play was something else. I
Yeah.
mean, that dude was just so phenomenal.
Do you remember what's Larry Bird? Was he 80s or
He
90s?
was he was 80s and 90s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was
The
early 90s if he played through the 90s. I'm not sure actually now. But yeah, Larry Bird was fun to watch as well. Um, Very finesse shooter, very tall, like the first of its kind where you can be that tall but also be a very just
Okay.
clutch shooter.
What I've seen and I still see on YouTube a lot is I guess when the opposing team inbounded the ball and he got the steal, passed it, and they won at the end or something. It's like it's on the highlight reel every time I see like some of the greatest moments in sports that steal and a score was there. It's up there. So
It's always fun to have the explanation there. Now you're into hockey.
I do enjoy hockey. I do like the Panthers.
Enough to where you can name people and how they play and stuff like that.
A little bit. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm learning. I'll tell you what, though, out of all the professional sports I've ever been to, in person, hockey is my favorite. By far, my favorite sport, live and in person.
Is it
But
live in person? Probably basketball for me, but a
okay.
very very close second is football.
Now, can you get into
Um,
regular season or just like playoffs for basketball?
I used to watch regular and postseason. Now that I'm um, an entrepreneur, I don't even watch postseason all that much. So
Right.
if it's on, great. It's in the background. I love seeing the highlights. I love being able to catch up and watch some of the stars play. I mean, just like we were talking about Luca, Ant Man. I mean, KD's still kind of there
Three
and
players,
relevant.
I don't know who they are. KD, Luca, Ant Man.
Oh
No clue.
man, yeah. I mean, it's just fun to watch. I mean, there's a Cooper Flag is now the number one draft pick for Mavericks. He's been playing pretty well.
Okay.
It's fun to watch. I mean, these guys have the way that people play basketball today. It is there's a lot more finesse to it. I mean, I will say this though, you get away with a lot more today than you would have years ago. And as far as like dribbling and things like that, there's so many times you can watch somebody take like 5, 6 steps without even bouncing the ball once,
Right.
which would never have gotten um, anywhere in the 90s. But man, it's the physicality piece of the puzzle nowhere near the same because the penalties are just stupid these days.
Yes.
So,
See,
uh,
I got to tell you, you're talking about all this basketball stuff. I enjoy watching the last 2 minutes because for me, it's like what 99 to 102. It's like I'm watching it score, 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 back and forth. Soccer and hockey, it may take them a half hour, an hour to score, and like goal, And but it's like, all right, they scored, they scored, they scored, they scored. So for me, I did the end. I'll watch the end when they get strategic, calling the timeout, fouling people. I do enjoy that, but for a game where there's so much scoring, I have a hard time getting into it. But soccer and hockey that's less scoring because it's like it's such a big deal when it does happen. So
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's just me. That's just me. But I do enjoy the final couple minutes, and I will enjoy I will watch full playoff games. When it really matters, I'll try to get into it, and I appreciate the talent. I don't necessarily know everything that they're doing. I appreciate it, but I just like I'm all about strategy and figuring out the puzzles. The final how are they going to get to the finish line? So that's
Yeah,
anything I do. I'm a puzzle guy. I need to figure it out.
that's cool, man, and that's true about you too. And we diverted a little bit. Talking about sports is fun. I enjoy it a lot. I mean, those one of the things that kind of since we're thankful for things. I mean, it's like I enjoy my escape whenever football season's here. I
Hmm.
enjoy my escape whenever I can watch some basketball. It's nice to be able to shut down, shut off the mind, and just watch my Cowboys go. Every year is our year, and every year we never make it, but it doesn't matter because it's like it's just having that just that man, that pride in something.
Yep.
Um, I told you a movie called Sucker Punch, and we talked about one of the quotes from Sucker Punch, where if you don't believe in anything, you'll fall for everything. Um, and so it's just like when I watch my Cowboys. I mean, I'm a diehard, obviously Cowboys fan, and I believe in it, and I believe in what they're doing, and I want them to make do the just put the right acquisitions in place so that way we can be competitive.
Hmm.
I grew up as a kid in the '90s. I was 10 years old, I think it was, watching the Cowboys win their third Super Bowl, and then the next year they won another one, and then they took a year off because of the controversies between Jimmy and Jerry, and then they brought in Barry. But then in '95 they brought another one, and I mean being 10 to 13 years old, 10 to 14 years old or whatever that was. That just shaped me. You'll never take the Cowboys away from me. It doesn't feel like you could ever do that.
Hmm.
I have now watched them for 30 years. It feels like without a winning season, and it is. I mean, without winning the Super Bowl, and it's just like I mean, I don't care. It makes me happy. And on
Hmm.
Thanksgiving Day, the coolest thing in the world is both you and I get to watch our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So every Thanksgiving, we get to watch it. And I'll tell you this: last year, because I had a dream, I had always wanted to go to a Thanksgiving game.
Really.
Last year I got to go, and in fact I got to take my son, which was also
Yeah, I
just
remember now. Yeah.
yeah, to be able to take my family to a Thanksgiving football game was just insane. They serve traditional Thanksgiving meals, by the way,
Hmm.
on Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun.
Great. I got to tell you what I saw from the Cowboys. I'm not. I respect the Cowboys. Not a fan. But yesterday I saw a 30-second short on social media, and I love inspirational quotes and Rudy and keynotes and stuff. So it was a video from a clip of the game against the Eagles last week where one of the Cowboys players was going after, I guess they punted, He gets knocked down. He gets up, gets knocked down again. Gets up, gets knocked down again, and then he gets all the way through and ends up making the tackle. And the video, whoever put it together, put something like, you can't teach desire or passion or heart or something like that. So just with the music and it was just a really nice clip. And
I mean, that clip is great. That play is awesome. That actually was probably one of the reasons why the Cowboys won, because he forced a fumble on that tackle.
yeah, yep,
I mean, and that's called not giving up.
yeah,
And that right there, I mean, you're going to get in business. Let me tell you right now, you're going to get knocked down.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it is chumbawamba. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get up again,
Yep,
and you're going to get knocked down again,
yep,
and multiple times. It's just going to be up, down, up, down, up, down.
yeah,
And even when you've made it, you're going to get knocked down.
yeah.
It's just, and that clip right there. And I'm very grateful that there's a star on the helmet of the player, that this clip is going to be there for ages,
Yeah.
because that shows you.
That's
And if I'm not
huge.
mistaken, that dude is a rookie too. I mean, so he's just fighting for every single opportunity to prove his worth. And right there, he just said, I don't really care what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Odds against him.
yep,
Odds all the way against him.
yep. I gave a motivational speech to a business group about a year ago, and one of the things was I love dissecting quotes and just making it forming it to me or whatever. And one of the things I spoke about is one of the biggest quotes that I've heard. It's you've heard a million times. It's not how many times you get knocked down. It's about how fast you can get back up. So I broke it down again. If you get knocked down, and then if you get up fast, and then you're just going to keep getting knocked down. So it's not about getting up fast. It's about what you learn when you're down. Because if you just keep getting up, going down, and you don't tweak what you're doing, you're going to keep getting knocked down. But when you're down, once you tweak, figure out how to, surpass, overcome, that's where the change is made. So it's great to get up quick, but you got to learn when you're down. Why did I get knocked down? What happened? How can I prevent it from happening again? What can I do different? What team? I love breaking things down. I love it.
Yeah. And that's huge, man. You're right too. It's that kind of reminds me of how people don't quite understand what the journey looks like.
Mm-mm.
And that journey is difficult. It's difficult for everybody. There's nobody that was ever handed it. Not because it's the Cowboys, but if you ever get an opportunity, there's a Netflix special on the Cowboys.
Okay.
And it's about Jerry. It's mainly, it's like a Netflix special on Jerry that also has the Cowboys, but he just talks about his business and what he wanted to do. And he had this mindset that he wanted to own a professional football team. Cowboys weren't necessarily the first pick. He just happened to, whenever he finally made it, he had made it whenever the Cowboys were ready to sell. But it was just all the choices that he made, and about that journey, and about getting knocked down, and he had lost money and lost opportunity, and he finally was just like, what feels like your last leg, your last stand. You're like, this is it. If this doesn't work, well, and luckily for him, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to. But he brought up a quote, and I know that you've probably heard this, since we love quotes. But when he bought the Cowboys, he started losing money the very first couple of years he bought the Cowboys, because they were just atrocious. One of the worst teams of football history.
About
actually.
what year was that?
He bought them like in '89, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
86. It was in the mid to late '80s. And then we didn't turn that football club around until and become relevant until the early '90s, and then all of a sudden, winning. But he talked about how once he did, and he was losing money left and right, and he goes, "There's nothing I could have done. I bought the Cowboys. I burned all my ships. There's no way out. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to stay here and make this a reality." And that was cool, man. Just to see where you're at, like mentally speaking. You open up a chocolate shop, you open up a retail store, you open up a restaurant. I mean, these people are burning their ships. They're burning all their escape paths. They're burning all their ways out so they can make this a reality. And good for you. I mean, good for you. Have that hard work and that grit. That's what makes America the American dream. I mean, I love that about what we do in this country. So
Yep, yep. And it's on that same note, it's to have the desire and the grit is one thing, but you've heard it a million times. People don't plan to fail; they fail to plan. You can have all the desire, but if you got the wrong plan, and if you're not willing to tweak it, work on it, and improve it, and recognize where you can strengthen it, sometimes it's not just the grit. You got to dissect it again, just dissecting things.
yeah, so true.
But that,
So
that 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 clip I saw, I told you about the whole caption. If I find, I'll send it to you. It's very inspirational. It was
do that. Yeah,
it
do
was
that.
really good. It was really good.
Well, one thing that happens every year, and I didn't actually get to make it. They did it on Sunday this year. Was Vets Giving out here in Colorado. One of them, a local vet, Mike Gropper, just a phenomenal human. All he wants to do is serve vets with food. He wants to teach vets how to be culinary arts. He just a phenomenal human being. But he does this Vets Giving every year and just cooks a free Thanksgiving Day meal
Nice.
for vets, and he's located kind of like in the heart of the city where it's easy for somebody who's kind of down on their luck to be able to go get a good meal. And I'm not just saying like this ain't like a soup kitchen type thing. And I know that the soup kitchens do a very good job of making good meals because we volunteer there as well. But man, I can tell you, if you ever have this man's food, it'll make you think twice. I mean, he makes a sandwich, and I still to this day, and I haven't had the sandwich in a couple years because he had a food truck that he no longer runs, so he can do this nonprofit thing that he does. This Italian sandwich, bro, it was good. Like something I ain't ever had. And I just never knew a sandwich could taste so appealing, so appetizing,
Hmm.
and just leave me with memories for years later. So
Yep.
I just want to give a shout out to those that are that you do something above and beyond. You think about other people in a way that you're just like, hey, I'm 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 doing okay today, and I want to give back, and
Yeah.
I really enjoy that aspect in humans.
Yeah. Yep. It's the season for it. And you know
It
what?
is.
I was thinking the other day is it's great to see people come together during the Thanksgiving holiday, to give thanks, to appreciate what they have. But I wish that people would remain aware more than just one day out of the year. If there's a way just to have a little reminder, and just and of course, not everybody. There's many that do, but just to see a switch in people on that one day is great. But it's like if they could just have a couple days a year like that, or extend it, and just reset and take a moment, and appreciate where we're at, and to be able to give thanks, and just without getting caught up in the everyday the work. And what I've learned from you and JP is taking time for ourselves, decompressing, reset. It's so much for your family, for work, just your mental state, your well being. And I've really over the last couple of years within the what I've learned from you guys is to do that. And it's done wonders. One reset a month, every couple of weeks, and just to let go of the work, and just settle in, and just regroup is it's huge. And that's one of my biggest and most favorite takeaways being part of the team, and what I've learned from you guys.
Yeah, and that's a good closing spot too. I mean, burnout. There's a term called burnout. Actually, I want to address two things that you talked about. One thing you talked about was giving back every day of the year, not just during the season. That would be nice because you would not imagine how many of these soup kitchens, for example, or how many of these clothing spots or these other nonprofits are struggling come April, May, June, July, whenever their funding has just dried up. And so what happens is when these nonprofits are struggling, the people they serve are the ones that are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give back. So yeah, keep giving on the forefront of your mind. It should be a monthly effort, not a seasonal effort. Um, but then in closing, time. The the burnout is so inevitable. And you're not burned out. I want you to hear these words. You're not burned out. You're tired. You're exhausted. You need a break. Just take a break. Find somebody, if you're a solo shop, find somebody that you can turn it over to for just a week or two. Take some time away, because again, we talk about it in Warrior Now in our nonprofit, which is a peer based nonprofit where we just serve each other from a peer mentorship standpoint. You burn out, and if you're not good, then your service is not going to be good. If you're not good, then your company's not going to be good. So take some time. I mean, when I joined JadaPay, we have the ability between the three of us to be able to take time, because like you said in the very beginning, you don't know what people are going through. Uh, and like we're at that age where our parents are aging, and I can tell you, I know what I'm going through, and I know that my in-laws and my dad, and there's just a lot that's going on that I'm bouncing between Texas and Colorado, um, just to be able to be kind of supportive and do what I can. But those things take a toll on people. And time is that one commodity that never comes back. And I'm watching people that, time's not going to be there forever. And it's not going to be there for much longer either. And so the memories you make today are some of the final memories that you'll ever have. So if you can, and you get tired and you get exhausted and you think you're burned out, just take some time, because you're not going to get that back.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's a great closing. There's no way to top that or add to it. I mean, you hit it right on the head. JP and you, and time's the one thing you can never get back.
Yeah,
Never get
you
back.
can't. I do appreciate all the things that we've done with this company, the opportunities we are able to provide other people. But I will say something that I'm going to close with this, and I'm very grateful for, is the fact that we've started this podcast and we get to have these moments and these conversations.
Yeah.
Because it's been fun. I mean, yeah, we talk business, but we get to talk about other things, and it's a great release. If you haven't read the book, I strongly recommend you do it. It's called Tribe. Has nothing to do with business. It has everything to do with about being with people. We are humans of contact. Humans, we require it. We desire human connection, and so I know that you and I have just been the regulars here, and I've been grateful, man. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun to create these things, and we've been able to have some great conversations. Some of the stuff we've said has been inaccurate. We go back and we correct it, but the fun part about this is we're not here to deceive anybody. We're just here to talk. We're here to be able to give you guys some knowledge, and just be grateful for the lifestyle that has put us in the ability to have a TV with a fish tank on it, which I don't even know how you can afford a TV with a fish tank, and then a pool table, and I'm out in the middle of a forest right now, and I enjoy being able to do my podcast from here. So it's fun, man. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, why don't you? I always like to give you the final note. You know how to send us off. You just always have something good to say. So go ahead and give it to us, and we'll go ahead and close out for the week.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, thanks for today. But as we know that this is the Thanksgiving holiday season, and like you said, just focus on the time, make memories. Build those memories, and just don't take tomorrow for granted, because it's not always going to be here. So just appreciate today, and as much as we work and get caught in the everyday, just a reminder, just step back, just take a breath, take it in, and just recognize where you're at, and just continue to just strengthen yourself with what you got. So that's it.
With that, it was great to see everybody. Well, we saw each other, but it was, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If not, you have the freedom of speech. So until next time, Team JadaPay, we're out.
Thanks.